Hello. Hello, I'm out here in the mountains and I have some deer next to me. Hello. My name is Gooby. What's your name? You're on the Gooby and Dooby channel. Say hello to the world. You're pretty, both of you. It's really magical. Watching them eat. They know which plants to eat. Like if you look here at the ground, there's all these different plants mixed together. They know which ones they can eat. Wow. How do they figure that out? Hi, I'm still here. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys continue eating your breakfast. I'm gonna go now. It's really nice to meet both of you. Goodbye. Bye. There they are. A magical deer encounter. Actually, two deer. What is the plural of deer? It's deer. That's one of the words in English where the singular and plural are the same, I believe. A singular deer and two deer. Yeah, I think so. English is funny. There's so many exceptions. And you can just make up words. Yeah. I made up a word the other day. I'm trying to remember it. It was a mixture of yikes and something else. Well, the word I made up, the new word, has disappeared from existence again because I can't remember it. I don't even remember if I was recording a video, but I don't post all my videos, so I don't even know if I posted that one. Well, on this hike, I've been out here in the wilderness for 4 days. This is the 4th day. And I made several videos, but I think I'm only going to post this one, and there's one that's kind of like a meditation video where I was watching clouds go over a ridgeline. I really feel like something's changed in my life. The last video I made was titled I'm okay with being alive. And that really, I think, marks a change in my life. For the longest time, I've just like been angry. I've been angry. Defiant. Separated. Wanting. Not at ease. In dis-ease, which is where the word disease comes from. But I really feel like something clicked in me. And I really feel like that is because I spent so much time trying to figure things out. I've talked for hours and hours and hours and hours on this channel, trying to figure out all sorts of things. And I did figure out a lot of things. But I was really trying to get to the core of myself. These feelings, these experiences, these memories, these choices, and the time and place where I live, and the culture I live in, and the civilization. This time period of 8.2 billion humans alive, with all their domesticated animals. A society powered by fossil fuels. I have just been trying to make sense of all of this. And I feel like I finally come to an acceptance. I know I've said this a couple times before, but acceptance, I think, comes in waves. I think there's like acceptance for like part of things. But then you realize, oh, I didn't really fully accept the whole thing. And then you go through all the what is it? Denial, rage, grieving. I don't remember all the stages. Sadness, all that stuff. You're like, yeah. Well, I've gone through multiple cycles of that. I really feel like this last cycle was pivotal, monumental. I accept civilization. I accept myself. I accept that I'm one of 8.2 billion people. I accept that we are very clever, but not very intelligent or wise. We are animals. We are just going by our biological programming for the most part. Yet we have a conscience. We have consciousness. And we have choice. Yet we choose things that aren't logical. We are illogical creatures. I have come to accept that. I've also come to accept that living in the wild is very difficult. I've spent many days this summer so far out in the wilderness with just a backpack. Now, granted that my clothing, my backpack, a lot of the supplies and equipment I have are possible due to fossil fuels. The food that I brought on this trip are possible due to fossil fuels. They were grown from fertilizer from fossil fuels. Even with that assistance, being out here is very tough. I am out of food. Unlike the deer who know exactly which plants they can eat, and they happily go chomping away like we just saw. I don't know what plants I can eat here out of all these plants. I am out of my yummy foods. I am out of blueberries, cherry tomatoes, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, peanuts. I had some cheese that I brought, some Manchego cheese as a treat for myself, and also as something salty to replenish the sweat. All I have left now is some oats and flaxseed. It's hard to get excited about that, but at least I have some food. But I don't have much left. I ate a lot of it already. So if I were to stay out here, I would have to start trying some of these foods, these plants out here, and I probably would get sick because my stomach wouldn't be used to it. I could look at what the deer are eating, but their digestive tract is likely different than mine. I'm hearing water land on these leaves. I'm up there. It was raining last night, and I'm walking through clouds right now. So the tree branches, they condense the water from the clouds and bring it down to the ground. Well, I don't think I would survive very long out here because I just don't have the knowledge that the deer have of how to survive out here. My experience of living in civilization means that in a way I am separated from nature. I don't know how to survive in it anymore without the complicated social hierarchies and machinations of industrial civilization. And I accept that. I'm looking forward to getting into my gasoline-powered vehicle and driving home to my wife and my doggy Doobie. And then taking my wife out for dinner somewhere where we eat some yummy food prepared by somebody else. I am very happy thinking about that. And then taking a hot shower. I'm so dirty. I haven't been this dirty since I've been a kid playing in the dirt. I don't know if you can see my backpack. I don't know which side's dirtier. Probably this side. And then falling asleep in my apartment where there's no mosquitoes. There's no spiders. Well, occasionally there's a spider. If I see a spider in my apartment, I try to catch it and then release it outside. I try not to kill bugs unless, well, I accidentally do if I step on them or if a mosquito is sucking my blood and I scratch the area and I accidentally kill it. I try not to kill bugs though. It's just something I do. Is there a good reason for it? I don't know. I don't want to cause unnecessary suffering in other animals, other creatures, if I can help it. But I cause some suffering just by walking. Like there's some plants on the trail, and I accidentally step on some of them, and I kill them. I can't help it. I try to. Like there's some moss here. If I step there, I'll kill it. I try not to though. Wow. This is kind of cool. The clouds are coming up through the trees. I can hear a creek or something in the distance. And then I can hear the raindrops coming down. Oh, you can see the raindrops. Well, I accept that I don't know much about foraging, but I actually want to. That'd be pretty cool if I could be like the deer and I could just find my food out in the forest, in the wilderness, just like they do. I'm at a juncture right now because I accomplished a lot of what I wanted to accomplish. I accomplished figuring out what was making me so angry. I was figuring out how to bring the different parts of myself back together as a whole again. Figuring out how to love myself and listen to myself and trust myself. Figuring out how to accept that I'm human. I live at this time and this place amongst 8.2 other billion humans. And collectively as a group, we're pretty clever, but we're illogical. We are animals. We have biological urges that are often in conflict with our higher orders of thinking about what would be good for us and good for our home. And I accept that. I've come a long ways, I feel like. I came so far. Oh, and then also, accepting that, I live in civilization, and civilization is very destructive, but I'm part of it, and honestly, I don't know how to live without it. Even though I come out here and I stay out in the wilderness, I couldn't stay out here indefinitely. I can only be out here for several days at a time. This hike I've been wanting to do for 4 years. And it's coming to a close. I probably only have 8 miles left out of the 62 miles that I've done over several days. A quick aside, I learned some cool stuff about salt on this trip. But hold on, I gotta remember where I left off. Because I always go on the side and I forget where I left off. What I want to come back to is where to go from here. Now that I figured out all these things. Okay, now the aside. Today is very cold. It was raining last night. It's windy, it's cloudy. The first 2 days were sunny, dry, and very hot. I was sweating a ton. I got dehydrated because I lost too much salt and water. I could feel it because my heart was racing and my blood pressure was low when I feel my carotid artery. I could feel that the pressure from the pulsations was weak. But I have a little container of sea salt. And so I just took a couple pinches of sea salt, ate a little food, and drank water. 20 minutes later, my blood volume is restored. I'm rehydrated. I have energy to keep climbing up and down mountains. The third day, which was yesterday, was like this. Foggy, cloudy, cold. It was windier than today. It was very cold, actually. But I ate the same amount of salt I did the first 2 days because I just thought, well, I'm probably going to sweat as much as before because I got these really big climbs to do in this hike. So I ate the same amount of salt, and two things happened that were very interesting. One was I could hear the little ringing in my ears, both ears, little very faint. But I hear that if I've eaten too much salt. And then I got a muscle cramp in the front of my right leg, in the shin area, the tibialis anterior. It is a muscle that lets you pick your toes up. You bend your foot upwards, dorsiflex. If you don't have that function, your foot drags. You get something called drop foot. It's very difficult to walk. Well, that muscle just spasmed and it cramped up and it wouldn't release. And I walked like 3 miles with that, and I was like hobbling, and I was like, oh crap, I still have like 15 miles to go to get back to the car in order to get home. Search and rescue out here is not really an option because there's no place to like land a helicopter and pick me up. I gotta just make it back. There's no cell phone reception either. Well, I do have my GoPro. My GoPro has seen better days. It got cracked when I took a tumble off my mountain bike. Luckily I was wearing my helmet. Only my GoPro got cracked and not my head. Well, what happened was I thought that, well, so I don't usually get muscle cramps. I've been hiking hundreds of miles this summer already. Literally hundreds of miles. And I don't get muscle cramps. But I ate too much salt, and it was cold and cloudy and windy. And I wasn't sweating even when I was climbing up these steep trails. And then my muscle cramped, and it hurt a lot. And I was like, uh-oh, I'm carrying a heavy pack. I need to be able to make it back many miles. And I was worried. So what I did was I put on all my layers for the steep climb. Normally I take off my warm layers, like my hat and my sweater, for steep climbs because I want to stay cool, and I'll be generating so much heat going up the steep pass. But I kept them all on, and I sweated a ton underneath all these layers. And the ringing in my ears went away, and the muscle cramp eased up. Now, just from walking on it with it cramped up, I think it caused some injury to the muscle. So I can still feel that, but it's not spasmed or cramped right now, and I can move my foot fine. I can feel like there's some damage that happened. And it did heal a lot overnight. But I found that very interesting, that when I was out of balance with the salt, I either got dehydrated or things just started not working right. And so it makes me more keenly aware of how quickly the balance of salt and water changes in the body based on the conditions that the body's going through. That is the aside I wanted to tell you. Well, there's a lot of stuff that I learned. A lot of stuff I learned that I in terms of the body, I've learned that on top of the basis of the medical knowledge I gained from medical school and residency and practicing medicine. But a lot of it I learned recently, after I quit practicing medicine. Well, now that I've figured out all those things, now it's like, now what? Now what do I do with my life? I have this YouTube channel. Oh, hello. Hi, just making a YouTube video. Oh, no. Happy trails. This is the first person I've seen today. I think, what do I do with my life now? Well, one thing I was thinking about this hike is that humans function in tribes. I think our cognitive architecture really is suited for tribes, groups of 20 to 30 to 40 individuals. They may be related, they may not, but they work together, they live together. Like if you imagine a hunter-gatherer tribe, you've got a group of people, you got older people, you got middle-aged people, you got young people, you got children. The elders teach the rest of the tribe and their traditions, their stories. Young people come up with new ideas and they have the strength to do things. The children are a source of laughter and happiness or consternation. Here's a pretty view through the trees. You can see some trees in the distant fog there. Actually, it's really cloud. I mean, I guess fog is cloud. Well, I was thinking about tribes. And I was thinking that part of the reason why there's so much mental health disorder, disease, is because we don't have our tribes anymore. We're all atomized. Family structures are very weak. Oftentimes, parents live far away from children. Grandparents live far away from both the parents and the children. The family structure, well, at least in the United States, is atomized. It's not non-existent. You don't have multi-generational family homes. I mean, maybe some people do, but in general, no. We're all cogs in this capitalist machinery that views us all as replaceable cogs in the machine. And with social media, we just go to work and we come home and then consume social media rather than hanging out with neighbors and friends. There is no community. That's what I mean by atomized. And I don't think that's natural for human psychology. I think that we all would be much healthier psychologically with tribes. Well, I was plagued by this nightmare that I have every night, except last night. And I think there's a reason why I didn't have it last night, because I really thought a lot about this yesterday. I actually made a video yesterday, but it didn't quite express what I wanted to. So I'm, in a way, redoing it, but this is actually a little bit different video. But it's still covering some of the stuff that I covered in that video that I'm not going to publish. I was plagued by a nightmare, and I've talked about this before, a work nightmare, neurosurgery nightmare. You know, that's my prior profession. I spent 2 decades of my life studying for it, practicing it, learning it, and then performing it. And I had all these nightmares, but it used to be the nightmares, well, it was always a combination of, 2 different kinds of nightmares. One was I'm doing surgery and the surgery somehow goes wrong, like someone contaminates the field. It's supposed to be sterile, but if it gets contaminated, the patient could get infected. Or the operating table is not stable and the patient's like slipping off while I'm operating, or the scrub nurse is not handing me the right instruments, or something is not going right. And it's very stressful, and I wake up in a cold sweat. I've had a lot fewer of those dreams, thank goodness. Used to have it a lot, but I think. But the other dream is what I kept having up until like 2 nights ago, where I'm talking with my colleagues or my professors that train me, and in particular, the chairman of the neurosurgery department when I was training, and also the current chairman who took over. I dream about them, and in the dream they're always very disapproving of me and like disgusted at my behavior of letting them down in some way in the dream. Like sometimes I'm a resident and I forgot to do something, or sometimes I'm an attending and then they know that I quit neurosurgery and then they just are disgusted with me. And I feel shame. I feel guilty. I feel like I'm not worth anything. Those dreams suck. But sometimes I have those dreams like a couple times a night. Like 2 nights ago, I had that kind of dream twice. But yesterday I was really thinking hard about it. I was like, what is the feeling? What is the feeling and where does it come from? Why do I keep having this recurring nightmare? I've dreamt this pretty much every day for the last 2 years. And sometimes multiple times a night. So if you count all those times up, I've probably dreamt that around 700 times. Incredible. What is my consciousness telling me? Well, I think I figured it out yesterday. I think my consciousness is telling me that I left my tribe. I don't have a tribe right now. I have self-ostracized. I have been, what do you call it? Excommunicated. But I did it to myself. And I think that's caused me a lot of psychological grief, anguish. I lament the fact that I no longer have a tribe. I no longer have a neurosurgery family. Neurosurgery is a very tight-knit group. There are not that many neurosurgeons in a hospital, unless you're in a university setting. But if you're in a private hospital, there's only going to be like 3 to 5 or less neurosurgeons. And if you're in a big university, there may be like 20 plus the trainees, the residents. There aren't that many big university hospitals. There aren't that many neurosurgeons. I really liked my partners. When I took my first job, my partner said, joining a partnership is like getting married. It's not that we have sex, but our lives are so intertwined that when our partners' lives are going well, our lives are going well too. When they're having trouble, even if it's not neurosurgery related, like say they're going through a divorce or something, our lives get affected too. We rely on each other. We trust each other. We help each other. We ask for help. The fog is clearing. You can see across the valley here. Well, I miss that. I miss the camaraderie between both the men and women that I worked with and all the staff that I worked with. Nurses, scrub techs, physical therapists, radiologists, emergency docs, hospitalists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, hospice, palliative care docs, medical assistants, lab techs, x-ray techs. There were a lot of people that I worked with and I saw every day. And I miss that. I was part of a tribe. And I'm no longer part of a tribe. And I think that's what my dreams are telling me. Oh, you can see towards the end of the valley. You see, this curved shape of this valley is because of the heavy weight of ice that was here. The glaciers. They were a mile thick. I think the tops of these mountains are... Hi.
What's up?
Just making a video.
All right.
I saw you going to the border yesterday.
Yeah, I'll say hi to your video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. What's your name?
Steve-O.
Steve-O. All right.
Colorado.
Cool.
What's your name?
Well, I go by Gooby in my trail name in the videos. So
Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
yeah, I saw Steve-O going really fast the other way yesterday. You're fast.
Yeah, and it got a little bit overgrown there by the terminus.
Oh,
that was,
oh, yeah.
That was worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah. And you saw the trail crew coming through to clean up the blowdowns?
I did. Thank goodness for those guys. This has been such a magnificent maintained trail.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah, well, they cleaned up all the way to Rainy Pass, so
They
it
did,
should
yeah.
be smooth sailing for you.
Yeah, well, good to meet you, Gobi.
Okay.
Happy trails to you.
Yeah, same to you, Steve-O.
All right.
Where I am, these mountains, I think they go up to 5,000 or 6,000 feet elevation. Some of them go up to 7,000. So actually, that might be 7,000 up in the clouds. But the ice here was over a mile thick. So if you imagine ice was in the valley, going all the way up to pretty much the mountain peaks, this was completely filled with ice. Now, water is very heavy. 1 liter of water is 1 kilogram, which is about 2.3 pounds. Now, imagine this whole valley filled with ice, water, frozen water, and is moving very slowly. It's a frozen river. And that carves out these beautiful beautiful curved valleys. That's part of what makes this so steep here and beautiful. Well, I think the dreams were telling me that I left the tribe and I don't have a tribe anymore. And there's something missing. There's something missing in my life. A tribe. Now, in a way, I've created a tribe through this channel, the Gooby and Dooby channel. I really appreciate people that watch this video and comment. Oh, I think I forgot. I don't think I said it. I ran into somebody on this trail who recognized me as Gooby. Her name's Rachel, and she said, "Oh my gosh, are you Dooby?" And people get Gooby and Dooby mixed up because I don't blame them. They're very similar. Dooby is my dog. I'm Gooby. She said, "Are you Dooby?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'm Gooby." She's like, "Oh yeah, oh Gooby. Wow. I watch your videos. And so does my grandma." So, hi Rachel. And hi Rachel's grandma. And Rachel's grandma, if you're wondering about how Rachel's doing, I saw her yesterday and she looked very well. She was going the other way. She looked like she was in good spirits. So, you don't have to worry about her. She's going to be just fine. Well, this channel is sort of like a tribe. I appreciate that. Wow, look at this valley. Oh. Amazing. Wow. You can see the sun peeking through the clouds at the very end. Whoa. So cool. Well, we got this tribe. But the interaction in this, through this medium of social media, of YouTube, it's not face to face. So I still feel like there's something missing. So I've been thinking about I've been thinking about what to do with my life. Well, I value this tribe that I helped start create, and you've helped create too. We created it together. I value this, so I'm going to keep making some videos, but I'm not even sure what videos to make, because like the really core problems that I was wrestling with, I feel like I've put them to rest. Well, so I'm going to talk about what to do with this channel and what to do with the rest of my life. Let me keep talking about this channel. So yeah, I wasn't sure like what kind of videos to make. I did make a video yesterday where it's very windy and the clouds were going over this ridge, and it was just like a sitting kind of nature sound meditation video. I like those a lot. I will keep making them. Although this one was different because I sat in the frame of the video. So it's like we're experiencing it together. Because if I'm not in the frame of the video, it's like the viewer is all alone in the wilderness. And that can be disconcerting. It can make you feel lonely. But I decided to sit in the frame of the video so that we can experience it together. You got a companion. Like being in a tribe, feels safer. Camaraderie. Company. Companionship. So I'm going to make some more videos like that with me in the frame. And I don't think I'm going to make videos about railing against civilization anymore unless something really pisses me off. But I don't know if something will piss me off a lot. I mean, I guess in life it's inevitable to be pissed off at some point. So I guess I may make a video railing against civilization, but I accept that I live in civilization, and I accept that I'm looking forward to going home. I'm looking forward to spending time with my wife and my doggie and have internet so I can post this video and read your comments and get ideas for new videos. And I can play with my friends online on that video game that I play every once in a while. I play maybe like once or twice a week now for a limited amount of time. And it's been fun. I used to play way too much, and I don't anymore. I am able to enjoy it and not use it to run away from things. Well, as far as what kind of videos to make, besides the one where I'm in the frame and just kind of enjoying the nature sounds like birds and water and clouds. Clouds are water. Water is fascinating. Water running in streams, water rolling in waves, water flying through the sky in the form of clouds. It's fascinating. Clouds. So pretty. Well, besides those videos, well, one of them I do want to spend some time at the coast, Washington coast, surfing with my bodyboard in fins. But a lot of people watch this channel for my long talking videos. So I'm trying to figure out, what do I want to talk about? If I'm not talking about human physiology in terms of how to help your body heal, or the ills of civilization, or the evil that humans can perpetrate repeatedly, or the lies and illogical decisions and choices that we make. What am I going to talk about? Well, I think I'm actually just going to talk about what's going on in my life. Because if people watch this channel just to hear my thoughts about stuff, well, I'm going to just share my thoughts about what's happening. What's happening, Gooby? Well, let me tell you. I did contemplate having like a fictional persona and telling some stories from that fictional persona, but I was thinking about it and I was like, no. People come to watch these videos because I'm being authentic. I'm just sharing my life. If I create a fictional persona, that's not real. It's fake. It might be slightly entertaining, but it's not what people came here for. So that's why I think I've settled on just sharing my thoughts. More of a free-form, spontaneous improvisation. How do you say that word? Improvisation. No. Improvise. Improvise. Improvisation. Yeah. I'm tempted to put an extra syllable in there. Improvisation. English. It's so weird. Yeah. Well, I think that's what I'll keep doing with these videos. So you may notice that there's going to be maybe a change in the tenor of the videos, the feelings expressed, because the feelings that I feel are changing. My thoughts change. The thoughts pass through me. The feelings pass through me. I am the observer. And I am sharing what passes through me. So I guess from here, I'll be sharing what Gooby the observer observes, both externally and internally. I think that's a pretty good goal. That's a pretty good next chapter. See, I didn't come to that realization until I made this video. Before I pressed the record button, before those deer were there, I didn't know what I was going to do. But now I do. Oh man. It's a little bit of a climb. I'm going to check my map about where I am, just so I can get an idea of how much climbing I've got left here. Now it's a little bit of a climb, then down, and then back up. We're going to climb over the shoulder of this mountain. We're going to go that way, and then around, and then over the shoulder of it. And then it's downhill, and then another uphill. And then it's just downhill to the car. I'm glad that my leg's working. That muscle cramp thing hurt my muscles some. I can still feel it, but it's working. Now, as far as the tribe thing, I'm still missing out on face-to-face tribe interactions. I saw a cool tribe come through here. Steve, the hiker, Steve and I were mentioning it. The trail crew. I saw 3 guys. They looked so tough. They were carrying saws of different kinds, a crosscut saw, hand saw, and then some big tool looked like a backhoe. It was probably to cleave off branches. They came through here to clean up the trail and make it passable. Because there was a bunch of blowdowns, trees that fell down across the trail that I had to hop over or crawl underneath. It was like an obstacle course. I was literally crawling on my hands and knees under a couple of them. And it's just enough space that if I got really close down to the ground to crawl under. It was kind of fun. But they're going through and they're cutting those trees apart with these saws. I asked them, do you use a chainsaw? And they said chainsaws are not allowed. in the wilderness. So they got to take the old school saws. And they're going out for 8 days to clean up the trail. So I thank them. I thank them for what they do. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty cool group of people. That's like a little tribe. So I've been thinking about maybe volunteering or something, and I asked the guy, I was like, well, how would I get involved with something like this? And he said, check out the Washington Trail Association. And I asked him. They have volunteer work and they have jobs. So I think I actually will. I'm not sure. I got so many things going on in my life that between hiking, this, just taking care of myself, taking care of my wife and my doggy, making sure my doggy's happy, making sure my wife's happy, and then expressing some creativity and like writing some, and I haven't made a song in a while. I like to make some more music. Between all of that, and then playing some online games with my friends once or twice a week, and doing these hikes, I don't really have that much time left over. So maybe I just have to accept that my life will be a little bit more isolated in terms of face-to-face interactions, but actually very, very wealthy in terms of online interactions, through interacting with you and my online friends that I play games with. I like them a lot. They're a good group of friends. Well, I think those are my thoughts. Those are what Gooby the Observer observes in himself and the universe. Tribes, changes, feelings, thoughts, passing through and observing. I think this is a good place to end the video. I'll show. Oh, there's a nice stream by here and birds. Oh, this is a perfect place to end the video. We'll have a view of the stream going down the mountain with the sounds and some bird song. Bye.